Video game journey here on Delusions of Grandeur. I am your host, and I am coming back to the game Dishonored, and I'm going to resume. The last time I left this at the beginning of the sewers. So it should be interesting. Slowly. Okay, that's a sewer 31 minutes. This says main drain, Dunwall Water District. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the sewers. I'm not going to stay at Coldbridge Prison. So, this is in fact the door to the actual sewers. That was the entrance that I was going through. Okay, now it tells me to continue. Okay, I escaped into the sewers. This says the outsider walks among us. Okay, so Dunwall sewers. Find the supply chest in the sewers. Okay, so I can open this door.
Kill on his way out of prison. I guess if you'll kill the Empress, you don't care about a few guards.
Shut up! Look at this stuff. Somebody's been down here.
Bottle Street gang, maybe. Watch for booby traps. Be some down here by the look of it.
Hey, if we're lucky, one of them will get corned up.
You're afraid of him? He's Sir Conan. It's all merchants and whores down there.
Kids like you never saw what he was like. I saw him fight 3-1 in the practice yard.
Okay. Looks like these things are... Amanda, and I only had enough coin to buy half the elixir we needed. Even that's all gone now, and there's nothing to do but wait. We're very sick, and there's no place above to hide from the city. Watch! They're breaking into houses all over our district, so we'll stay here and share the last hours together. Our fire will keep the rats away, but they'll inherit the city. David. Okay. Okay, a few coins. Okay.
Are we supposed to load the bodies in the carts in the flooded district?
Yeah, screw that. That's too far. I don't want to catch the plague. You? No.
Doesn't the elixir prevent it?
Maybe. Either way, let's just dump them down there. The lads.
Let's see, how do I get...
Several brave officers of the state are dead by his hand. He is to be captured or killed at any cost.
Let's see what's up further. I suppose I could have actually gone up there. Definitely looting that. Tupperware. Probably always in need of that. Okay. Syringe, crossbow, and bullets. Whatever that is. Does that say? Oh, okay. I've got to get to supposedly Samuel. Okay. Jelly, in case you're too daft to remember, look to your whiskey for the answer. Whiskey, got it? If you want your share, you'll sort it out. If not, I'll come back for it next month. Whiskey.
Won't get past me, sir. Do you know who we're hunting here? Don't try to take him out alone.
But what if no one from the squad is around?
Then try to make a lot of noise when you're down. Knock something over if you can.
Bastard. Smells like a dead leaper in here. happens in the dark. Slip into the water, don't come out. Wonder how deep it is. I can't see the bottom. Somewhere around here. I'll find you, you hagfish. Oh, I'll find you. Somewhere around here. I'll find you, you hagfish. Can't stay hidden forever.
Yes, I can.
Won't stay hidden for long. Where'd you go? It's gotta be here somewhere.
I'm gonna wait.
That must have
Samuel. And I work for some good people who want very much to meet you. Well, they said you'd come out here. I can still hardly believe it. I'll take you to meet them. Just down the river from here.
Alright, old man. Oh, wait. Wait here.
Look around if you need. I'll be here. Just don't take too long. Get in. We've got a hot meal and a warm bed waiting for you.
All right, old man. Let's go. So I didn't find any runes, at least in this particular. But was I supposed to find? Okay, so I found 578 coins, but there were 1,010 of them in places. Overall chaos, current total. Ghost, never detected. Civilians killed. Hostiles killed 16. Okay. Now I'm ready to continue. So now I'm on my way to the Hound Pit's pub. Hidden in an old bar on the river, your new allies have plans to share with you. Meet the Loyalists' inner circle to learn what they've got. Okay. But should I entirely trust them?
This is the Hound Pit's pub, closed for business after the district marked off as dead from the plague. We're right under the Lord Regent's nose and he don't know a thing. Of course, if anyone finds out what we're up to, the watch will break in with swords drawn. And now that you've escaped, the Lord Regent's going to be tearing the city apart.
To look for me, yeah. I can understand that.
Take you up to meet Admiral Havelock and the rest of the Loyalists. The Admiral's a man to be reckoned with. If anyone can help you find that missing girl, Lady Emily, and clear your name, he can.
Okay. The mission clues have updated. I suppose.
I expect they're hard at work in there. Best join them. They'll help you to get whoever really killed the Empress.
Starting fast, huh? We found our man. Even after 6 months in Coldbridge prison, he slipped out and it was nothing.
Yes, not surprising. He was the personal bodyguard of the Empress. You've heard the story. We can continue this later, Lord Clement. The man of the hour is here. Corvo, I'm Admiral Havelock. A true servant of the Empire, like you. Until the Lord Regent purged those of us who wouldn't recognize his claim on the throne.
And I'm Lord Trevor Pendleton. I represent the nobility in our little group. But we all act as equals here at the Hound Pit's pub.
This is a momentous occasion, Corvo. I'm going to come out. We've been building a coalition of loyalists, aimed at ending the Lord Regent's tyranny and restoring the throne.
At risk of execution, we're committed to finding young Lady Emily and seeing her crowned as Empress.
We've got big plans, but we can't do any of it without you. We need your skills, your ability to fight, and in helping us, We're going to help you destroy the men who murdered the Empress.
Sorry, you must be exhausted. We can discuss this further after you've recovered. But before you retire, you should introduce yourself to Piero. He's challenging at times, but his industrious mind buys him that right.
Yes. Piero's as much an artist as a technician. He's going to be crafting the gear you'll need. Go talk to him and then get some sleep. We can talk more when you've rested.
Okay. Okay.
I'll be crafting your weapons and gear. All custom work. For you, I will create the tools of a master assassin. Now the tank of whale oil's run out. Will you get a new tank from upstairs, please, while I hold this in place? Be careful. Oil through the stable. When it explodes, there's terrible news.
Okay, excerpt from a recent book detailing Sokolov's machines. One of the advantages of Sokolov's technologies is that they share the same magnetic socket for the tanks of processed whale oil they use as fuel. When a tank is exhausted, another can be plugged into place with ease. And the process is simple enough that any common workman, or even the lower guardsmen of the city watch, can handle the task. This applies to the arc pylon and wall of light security systems, as well as the powered carriages used for transport by those few who are wealthy enough to afford them. The only obvious downside of Sokolov's designs is the volatility of the tanks themselves. A few incidents have occurred, resulting in damage to property or bodily harm whenever one of the tanks has exploded. Okay. So, for right now, I have nothing else to... Oh. What is this? Piero! No, I will not sign off on these purchases. A bag of powdered crystal? Tibian, or? What's wrong with the metals in Bristol? King's sparrow. Feathers? If you need feathers, sacrifice your own pillow. Maybe at the academy everything you needed was paid for by tariff and handed out willy-nilly. But this is my bar, or what's left of it, and we're operating on a budget. We're running low on oil, food, elixir, building materials, and everything else, so you've got to slow down. While I'm footing the bill, I will not approve your purchases unless they're absolutely required. No more copper, wire, or special herbs. If you need those things, go out and scavenge them. Half the city is in ruins, so no one is going to miss any of the old odd crop you seem to need. Admiral Hamlock, I presume. Okay. Read. An excerpt from a series of newspaper articles from prominent natural philosophers. By Pierrot Joplin. Okay, so this is something written by Pierrot. It is through no fault of my own that the average citizen has expressed a preference for Sokolov's elixir over my own formula, sold as Pierrot's Remedy, a name I did not choose, if you must know the truth. The public has spoken its usual method of idiocy, spending their coin as a means of selecting Sokolov's formula over mine, which I believe to be equal, if not superior. Much has been made over the popularity of these concoctions as a means of resisting this remarkable new plague. I say remarkable because this strain works with an efficiency we have not seen in the history of the Empire. This plague, now making its way through the city of Dunwall, is unrivaled in its effectiveness. I have studied it within the blood of those so affected, and it's nearly perfect. Elegant, in fact. And while it is true that Pierrot's Remedy and Sokolov's elixir are known to protect the body against the plague equally, my own properties, not fully understood, which relate to the mind itself and the spirit, and it is in this way that my formula wins out. Here is where no one should pay attention to this contest, for you see Sokolov's elixir, with its emphasis on the brute animal body, is a cross goo better suited for livestock. The subtle and secret variants of the key ingredients making up Pierrot's Remedy ensure that it works on the higher functions that separate humankind from the mindless blue-jawed hogfish swimming in the Redhaven River. Okay. Let's see if I can't find that thing for him. Ooh, what is this? That's a trunk of his. So he is as well. Alright, excerpt from a manual on new city watch procedures. Commissioned by the Lord Regent in the face of the growing plague crisis. The dead counter is a position that not only that will only be given to officers, usually of junior or middle grades. In most matters of edict or curfew enforcement, these officers will defer to the acting officer on duty. However, any dead counter will have command in situations related to the plague and the handling of the dead, including those with late-stage plague symptoms, called weepers in common parlance. Starting in the month of rain, interested officers may apply for the test, and if accepted for the 2-week training tour, pay will be administered in coin and rations of elixir at 1.5 normal pay grade. Excerpt from a series of lectures and philosophy by Pierrot Joplin. So another thing by Pierrot. Of course, I have attempted to improve upon Sokolov's designs, of course, and why not? After all, it's likely that his thinking was influenced in some small way by our time together at the Academy. We are all part of a community, striving to unknot the mysteries of the cosmos. Even those among us who possess the greatest minds are often led to a fruitful line of consideration by, how does one say it, our intellectual subordinates? Sokolov is no exception to this, despite the glamour of genius he has cost over the aristocracy. And further, it is true that many of my experiments have failed. No need to gossip about it behind my back in your social clubs and in the very chambers of the academy itself. Great ambition requires risks. You may laugh now at my door to nowhere, but someday you will not. Your children will likely see it as commonly as you see the electric lamps lighting our streets at night. But a few short years ago, you would have laughed at Sokolov's arc pylon or wall of light. Your laughter, your condescending smiles, they are nothing but evidence of your own limited imagination. And that is his credo, it looks like. Excerpt from the notes of a natural philosopher aboard a whaling ship. So one thing I realized while I was playing this game the first time is there is a lot dealing with whaling in this particular story. Okay, so remarkably, each specimen I had the pleasure of studying during the voyage possessed one minor variance in philosophy. On the second leg of the trip, east of Tivia, the crew hauled aboard a female some 42 feet in length. I estimated she weighed 35 tons, and the ship sat low, rocking side to side through the night with her thrashing. By candlelight, I took her apart, sketching and taking notes. Against her bellowing, I cut into the mass of tentacles around her mouth. Within, I found row upon row of teeth and a baleen running along the upper jaw. Through this broom-like structure, I assumed she filtered food from the water that was too small to be chewed. So that should be a little interesting. Excerpt from the founder of the Greaves Whale House by Ebenezer Greaves. Out at sea, they secure the beast with hooks, with lines cast from the main ship and from several smaller boats. Buoys keep the hole from diving deep. Once it's caught, a larger hook is driven through the tail, which is used to hoist the creature up through the chute. They moon and bellow for some time as the men get them onto the deck, then lift them into the scaffolding overhead. The ship adjusts its prow and returns to port in Dunwall, where the crew works on the great creature, slicing off the fattiest parts while it still lives. Whale oil refilling station. Sokolov no longer has the upper hand with regard to supplies of whale oil. The good admiral has paid for the installation of my own system, which will enable me to work in this place. The oil tank dispenser, which, when activated, will produce an empty vessel for filling. When the empty tank is held near the oil tank refill pump, the magnetic attractor should take the tank and lock it in the correct configuration. Using the lever will begin the refilling process. Once refilling is completed, the tank can be removed and placed in service. Extreme caution must be used in handling the full tanks. They are quite unstable. The system is sound and well engineered. It appears that the Greaves Oil Company has done something correctly for once.
That absurd idea that the energy in whale oil applies is what you need to maintain life functions at extreme ocean depths. The pressure and the cold are too much to endure without. I speculate that a human being might, by a process of adaptation, produce high energy healers in his mind.
Just getting
I can build.
Perfect. Thank you, Cole. Here, see? The assassin's mask. You're a wanted man, so everyone in the city knows your face. This is terror. Because hold still, fitness to be precise. There. Can you see normally? Lens out of the line. There. Better now? I could create more for you. Upgrades for your gear, weapons, munitions. Our situation here is desperate. Scavenge the city for valuables, and I will resell them on the black market. That should give us the money to craft the things you need. Tell me what I can make for you.
Let's have a look. Spring razor, grenade, or upgrades. Mask up to, okay, how many? I'm at least going to do that one. And do that one.
You must be exhausted. I advise that you get some sleep. Your life will get even more difficult soon. You should rest while you can. Very well. Know best. Let me know if you need anything more.
The Empress.
Of course he didn't. People are foolish and believe whatever they're told.
Okay. If the Admiral trusts him, then so will I. The Admiral served in the Navy under the Empress. But something happened with the Lord Regent that drove the Admiral out. If I understand it right.
Please follow me to your quarters.
Pleased to meet you, Master Corporal. I saw you at court in happier days, but you might not remember. I was once a close ally to the Lord Regent, Hiram Burroughs, back when he was just a spy master. He's one manipulative bastard, I can tell you that.
Okay. Where am I? What will we do with the drunken whaler? What will we do with the drunken whaler? What will we do with the drunken whaler? Early in the morning. Feed him to the hungry rats for dinner. Feed him to the hungry rats for dinner. Feed him to the hungry rats for dinner. Early in the morning. Way, hey, and up she rises. Way, hey, and up she rises. Way, hey, and up she rises. Early in the morning. Slice his throat with a rusty cleaver. Slice his throat with a rusty cleaver. Slice his throat with a rusty cleaver early in the morning. Stuff him in a sock and throw him over. Stuff him in a sock and throw him over. Stuff him in a sock and throw him over early in the morning. Way, hey, and up she rises. Way, hey, and up she rises. Way, hey, and up she rises early in the morning.
River traffic is forbidden from landing in the distillery district due to risk of infectious contact. Violators will be taken to the flooded district for treatment and rehabilitation.
You must be Corvo. I'm Lydia, at your service. Your room is upstairs and ready.
Excerpt from a series of Overseer Invocations by the High Overseer Abram Templeton. And I say to you, brothers, it is here that we make our stand, as a righteous force against the growing darkness. It is here that we unite against the spirits of the unknown that would drag us screaming into the night, never to return to our homes, to our families. Together we will serve as a rod to those who would stray from the herd. For the foggy gray wastes of the outsider, we will burn a bright fire with our virtuous actions so that others will not lose their way. And to those who choose to wander beyond the walls of our homes, in far places, we will strike them swiftly before they whisper to their neighbors, filling their hearts with strangeness and doubt.
When they told me who it was, well, I thought you'd be older, like the Admiral.
Excerpt from a longer work of fiction. Finding my way by the feeble light of a dying fire, I saw her working. A large needle moved in her hand, following precise esoteric patterns, knots, and loops of seamstress craft from ancient days beneath her needle. His body clenched and shuddered, shaking the wooden table. A morbid fascination pushed me closer, until she turned her blank face toward me, resting the needle in his flesh. With a refined tone, she addressed me. So you are the lover, I presume. You, too, have been unfaithful, and it is now your turn to be mended. Excerpt from a theater play. Lord Nathan Bale, shaking with outrage. How dare you, sir? Clothed so in my very home. I should hand you over to the watch, depraved Tibian. Prince Calasar, moving closer. There, that's a harsh welcome for royalty, my lord. Your daughter treated me with much more hospitality. Alas, she has gone out for the evening, leaving me all alone. Lord Nathan Bale, stammering, studying the younger man before him. What are you doing? Leave this house. Go back to your frozen wasteland, pale rascal. Prince Calasar, smiling coyly, reaching out. No need for anger between us, Lord Bale. Is it wrong for me to be here? As I've proven, I've developed an affinity for you and your family. Lord Nathan Bale, gasping. Oh my, Calasar, your skin is so warm, it burns. Okay. Alright, excerpt from the Travel Journal of a Whaler in His Final Years. A Goffer's Tale, Volume 2. Or a Joffer's Final Passage. After more than a quarter of a century, I'm done with whaling. Too broken to continue. I've seen all the corners of the Isles and made more coin than most men see in a lifetime. But it's all gone. I've lived through an emperor and watched his daughter take the throne. Fair young empress she was, but slain so young. Everything beautiful comes to die. I've eaten in every port of the known world and sailed in the loneliest waters you could imagine. I've seen the cliffs around Pandysia. Even the best of it doesn't give me an ounce of joy. The years come back across my chains as a line of butchered bodies, long, sleek, and singing among the waves under the moonlight, only to be speared by ugly, weather-scarred men who'd knife each other for a good pair of boots. Each year I had less time to come home. My tongue forgot the language of small chatter, and those who lived in the cities thought me odd. My sister Nina hardly knew what to say to me during our visits. When she last her business to the Lord Regent's crooked barrister, I was 100 miles east of Morley, gaff hand frozen from the sleet as we tracked down the first bull whale we'd seen in months. I helped her as much as I could, but Nina died in the early days of the plague. None of it mattered. If I'm jaded and bitter, it is because this industry has taken away my dreams. The world has beaten me.
Do not attempt to house or care for a friend or family member who shows signs of blood on their face and chest area. The only way to help them is to bring them to the city watch. They will be taken to the flooded district for treatment.
Alright. So I will now excerpt from the travel journal of a whaler in his final years. Okay, I just read that. It's been days since men were dispatched to stash weapons for Corvo in the old sewer. They have not returned, so I can only hope that they succeeded in getting the packages delivered. Piero spent considerable time and resources making those things. If I could find a way to mass produce them, the Dunwall Navy would secure its place as the dominant force on the globe. But back to Corvo. Can he really break out of Coolidge? And if so, will he make his way here? I personally give him odds of 1 in 5. Excerpt from the book on naval history. With each of the isles as some form of naval fleet, none is more envied than that of Bristol, with its long, proud history of great ships and the admirals who command them. Boys come of age in the cities of Bristol, hoping to someday captain such a ship, and family dynasties are made by these captains who track down infamous pirates or crush seditious uprisings, as during the Morley insurrection. In times of war and peace, Bristol continues to innovate at sea. The ship designs of Anton Sokolov himself now represent the highest standard in the whaling trade, allowing crews to haul their kill up over the deck and begin their butchery and processing. Even as the ship returns to Dunwall, the crews can be seen working on their latest whale as the ships move slowly up the Wrenhaven River, coming to dock with one of the powerful warehouse companies such as the Greaves Whaling House, suspended in the rigging overhead and backlift by the setting sun. The silhouette of one of these creatures makes a moving sight as it cruises to its final resting place in the industrial heart of the capital city. Early adventures. I'll leave that open so that people can actually read that. I know that in the morning, or something like that.
Attention Dunwall citizens. Be advised, the river crossing infestation has spread down the river. Smallers, river mouth, and flood former bodyguards may attempt to approach or destroy a river cross. And highways by military are considered state flag the ability to project lethal force in a controlled manner against the previously inaccessible. To the point, we need a man who can kill the master of the prison. Or more than one.
Okay. Excerpt from a book on celebrations and holidays. Just so that people can read. Once a child shows the proper inclination, he is marked. Overseers are assigned to study the subject surreptitiously in order to determine whether this inclination is supported by cosmological conditions and other signs ongoing throughout the year. At the end of the cycle, those benefiting further testing are removed from their homes some hours before dawn and must begin the march to an outpost outside the city. There, the children undergo ritual preparation and the evolution until the last night of the month of rain, when they make a pilgrimage to White Cliff. During the elaborate ceremony, it is determined which of the children will become overseers and which will be put down. Excerpt from a work of fiction, early chapters. My stomach twisted as the engines of the odd vessel roared louder. It was the creation of Orcado, third prefect from the Academy of Natural Philosophy. He was exhilarated, savoring each of the small craft's undulations. Orlando pulled a lever, and Orcado pulled a lever, and a great gout of smoke surrounded us. The smell of burning whale, all oil, grew unbearable as the machine propelled itself upward. I was too afraid to look through the window, which suddenly didn't feel thick enough. As if knowing my thoughts, Overseer Bryn looked at me and smiled. Recite some of the litany, my pupil. It will protect your heart from the turpitude of the void on our way to the outer spheres. Okay.
My break with the Academy was explosive, for lack of a better word. I had to rebuild from scratch, but so much the better. I was sick of using tools made by lesser men.
the way up. Now that I've kind of looked around.
This is your room. It was chosen to give you privacy. I understand you'll need your rest.
Okay, I'm going to bed, and I think there is a dream that happens. Not quite sure. Yeah. Yep. This is a dream.
Hello, Corvo. Your life has taken a turn, has it not? The Empress is dead. Her precious daughter Emily is lost somewhere in the city, and you will play a pivotal role in the days to come. For this, I have chosen you and drawn you into the void. I am the outsider, and this is my mark. There are forces in the world and beyond the world, great forces that men call magic. And now, these forces will serve your will. Use this newfound power, my gift to you. Come find me.
Okay. You cannot save her. You cannot save her. That's powerful. There he goes. Okay. I'm very sad. Corvo, I'm very sad. They say that you're dead like Mother, but I'm going to put this note in a bottle and throw it into the river because I do not believe them. Living here is very strange. I do not like it, so please come for me, if you can. Okay. So it looks like the two brothers. Okay. Where am I?
Days that follow, your trials will be great, Corvo. Seek the ancient runes bearing my mark in the lonely places of your world, and at shrines raised in my name. These runes will grant you powers beyond those of other men. To help you find these runes, I give you this, the heart of a living thing, molded by my hands. With this heart, you will hear many secrets, and it will guide you toward my runes, no matter how they may be hidden. Listen to the heart now, and find another rune.
Once you've collected some runes, open the journal and go to the power sections to exchange them for powers. Okay. So, possession. I can either do that, see how many powers do I have? No. Honestly, yes I do. Because that's the only thing I can do right now. Okay. I don't want to see the tutorial. How many powers do I have?
How you use what I have given you falls upon you, as it has to the others before you. And now I return you to your world, but know that I will be watching with great interest.
Use the heart to find hidden runes. So I couldn't find these runes before this nightmare. And I know that there are a couple of runes in this world. But at this point in time, I think I'm going to stop my gameplay here. It is getting pretty late. But thank you for coming along and watching me along my journey of replaying this game. I mean, I was playing it for a while, and I was playing it without knowing that my PS4 at the time actually could go to YouTube and record things. So that is impressive. And now I'm going to assuredly say goodnight to you all, and I'll welcome you back on my channel anytime you want while I'm live playing these games. So I wanted to get a little bit further on this, and because it's a game that I know that I can beat, I figured it was easy enough for me to play this game and still have as much excitement as the first time that I played this, and because I enjoyed it so much while I was playing it. Maybe I can share with you Dishonored 2 and Dishonored Death of the Outsider, which are even further installments in the franchise. And then maybe eventually I'll check out Prey, which is also from this Arcane Studios, which, from what I understand, you can actually buy a PS4 game thing that has all 4 of them on it. But I'll check it out later when I get a chance. So thank you so much. I've enjoyed my entire time with you. It's been a pleasure. So I'll see you next time here on